Darker712, and today we're going to be talking about all the different ways that you can record, whether it be something you can physically touch or it's a program.
Or stroke.
Alright, and first one right off the bat that you're thinking is Fraps. Fraps is a decent recording software, although there is a lot of flukes, especially with the one that I have. Whenever I try recording, it seems that it recognizes it as locked FPS, even though it's unchecked, or even if you check it, it doesn't matter because it will lock your FPS in game at that frame rate. Minecraft, Gary's Mod, TF2, anything that you try to play, Terraria.
Anything, even YouTube.
I know, even Skype. Like right now, it's locked at 30 FPS. But there's also a good thing to it. The benchmarking for it is phenomenal. I love using Fraps benchmarks if I ever want to benchmark something to see what my average FPS is or my lowest one. And going on to the next software is DxStory, and DxStory is probably by far my favorite. It is it records your gameplay, and as well as whenever you record your gameplay, you can choose your decompressor, or it's your codec, I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Alright, and their sound, which you can have completely all different soundtracks for Skype, your game, your voice, everything that you need to record.
Or you can have a conference with all your mics.
Yes, and you can lower the volumes for each thing, each audio. You can lower it or higher it if it needs to be. And then there's also the offset brands that you can use that are just like Camtasia, all those ones, Screen Capture Pro, and then for the physical ones, there's the Hauppauge PVR2. I have the gaming edition personally. It's right here next to me, and I would not recommend it to anyone. It is countlessly failed on me, and not to mention the software is just plain out terrible. Just because the simple fact that whenever I try recording, it'll screw up. The mic's 10 seconds behind. I do understand that there is input lag from it to your computer, and that should not be an excuse, because it can, even whenever I put the mic to go back 2 seconds behind, it literally won't move. It's something to do with it. And no, it is not my software. I am well above the specs. I have had an Alienware trying to record it, and currently my custom build, which is a FX 6300 with the GT610. I understand that the GT610 is terrible, but I'm planning on upgrading that, and
soon.
Very soon actually.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not that. I do understand that not everything is terrible. I know that it's a good capture card when it works. It has probably better pixel density. Well, they're probably the same. It has better quality in the videos for brightness, contrast, and just overall the picture that it brings out whenever you're recording compared to Elgato. The Elgato kind of seems washed out to me. I don't know about you guys, if all of you have seen the same thing. But then there's also the Elgato, which is the more expensive one, actually the most expensive one I've seen. And it is a good software. I've seen videos about it. I've actually used one because a friend had one and I used it once, and when he sent the video to me over to my PC, it was phenomenal. It was exactly what I needed, but it was kind of washed out, as I was saying. But I would not recommend that one either for the extreme price just to record videos. And Alienation will tell you about the one that I would definitely recommend.
Which one?
The Roxio HD Game Capture.
Oh, I forgot about it. I don't really go in depth on capture cards. I just use the stuff that's on my computer right now.
Okay, so pretty much it's a capture card. Obviously, it records in 1080i. It's not 1080p, but it's only $100 for one.
Well, let's go in on what is it, Nvidia's capture thing. It's right. No.
Oh yeah, we also forgot about the other software. It is not a actual capture card. It is the Shadowplay.
Yeah, it's Shadowplay, and it's still in beta, and it only supports GeForce GTX GPUs 600 series or higher, and notebook GTX 660M and above. And the processor that is recommended for is the i3 2100.
So basically,
3.1
it does not
gigahertz.
require a phenomenal CPU. You can have a i3, which is probably one of the lower tier. You can even get a Intel Pentium, which is better than i3. The Intel Pentium G. I forget the numbers for it,
Yeah,
but you guys
numbers
get the
and
point.
letters.
There's not really a gigantic spec list that you'll need for it, and it is actually a really good software. Alien has told me countless times that it has phenomenal. I don't know how many times I've said phenomenal so far. It has great decompressing.
Yeah, like probably like a 10-minute video would probably just be 1 gig, and Fraps is like 20 gigs or something.
Yeah, and DX Story I actually really like because it's not the highest, but it's also not the lowest. It was about like 3 gigs for a 10-minute video, and Fraps is just probably a huge file. Even though a lot of people say that is a great decompressed file, I would not agree.
And for was it DX Story, right?
DX Story, it depends on the codec because the codec actually is what it decompresses as, and so far it's been really good.
Yeah, like my last video I did in Terraria, it was like 18 minutes or so, and it was like only like 8 or 4 gigs.
8 or 4 gigs. You could have told. It was like 3 or 4 gigs whenever you showed me.
Yeah. Oh, that was after. That was like after it was rendered. It was like 3 or 4. Yeah.
But back to the Roxio HD game capture. Do not get the regular Roxio. It only records up to 480p, and if you guys really want to see what it does, just YouTube it. It has terrible quality. Get the HD Pro, which I don't really understand the Pro part, but it is a great capture card for the price. It's only around $100, and you just hit record, and it records everything that you need to. And the only thing I don't know if it records PC. I know the Hauppauge does, and as well as the Elgato. I've used the Hauppauge. Do not recommend it for PC gaming because it is off with the sound. Even if you have your microphone ahead or behind, the sound is still off, and even the in-game sound is off from the video.
Yeah, I've seen like some people do YouTube videos with the Hauppauge, and it was like
I don't know what they did. They probably recorded off a separate PC, but I had it literally connected to the PC, so you would see a loop, and I'd hit record, and I don't know why the sound was way off to the picture. It was. I'm not talking about I hit record and I was watching the preview. I'm talking about I watched the video afterwards, and it was way off. It was like 3 seconds off.
Maybe you should try.
I've tried countless things. I've tried updating drivers and uninstalling drivers, trying to unplug wires, switch them around, stuff like that, and nothing seemed to work. Because I'd really like to use that because that takes all the stress off your CPU for recording. But it's not that bad recording with DX Story or Fraps. Well, Fraps, yeah.
It's kind of bad using what is it, Shadowplay, because it doesn't capture your voice as well as DX Story.
Yeah, DX Story is, like I said, phenomenal. That pretty much wraps what we're talking about today. If you guys want any more tech talks like this, hit the like button down below, and tell us in the comments if you want to see more. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe down below.